Hello friends, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and this is my next video in Tibco Spotfire tutorial series. Today I'm going to walk you through few data visualization in Tibco. So as you know that Tibco Spotfire is a visualization tool and a rich visualization can be done through Tibco Spotfire. So let's have a look what kind of visualization is possible within Tibco Spotfire. So the very first visualization I'm going to explain you is the color categorization. Color categorization, let me explain you what exactly do I mean by color categorization. Color categorization means, for example, as you can see here, that's the sales data which I am going to use in my examples. So that's the sales data, and in this sales data, I would like to categorize the value based on the colors. So you can see this is the highest value which has been marked within different color, and the values which falls within a specific range they marked in different color, and the values which marked in a specific range they marked in another color. So like this kind of categorization will help us to visualize the data more and effectively. So let's have a look how to perform this kind of visualization in Tibco Spotfire. So for this we need to switch to Spotfire. So I'm using here virtual machine. I have installed, I have configured my Tibco Spotfire in a virtual machine because the version which I'm using, it's a trial version. So it's better safe and it's better and safe to be used to install in a virtual machine so that we can install it again and again. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load the data table. So click on data table, add data tables, add file, and let me load the data file. So let me show the data file first of all, what database I'm going to use. That's my data set I'm going to use. This data set contains uh, records with various columns, row ID, order ID, and so on. So I'm going to use the same data set. So add file, and from my desktop, I'm going to load the data set. So I select the file, sales data, open. And as I told you that the column format can be changed, the data type of the column can be changed from here itself. So by default it is real. If you want to make a change it, we can have change into currency as well, so that customization is allowed. And also there is an option here, ignore empty rows. So if any rows are empty within the data set, those rows will be ignored. And okay, okay. It will load the data set, and you can see on the right side, sorry, on the left side, the dimensions or the category, they will be categorized according to their data types: numbers, currency, time dimensions, category dimension, and so on. So first of all, I would like to do the categorization, the customization, the color categorization. So for this I'm going to use the table file. So I'm going to use a table. So here we have a table. I simply click on table and the data will present in a table, in a tabular format. Now to apply the customization, click on, take your pointer on the top right and you will find out table properties. So click on table properties, data, appearance, font, columns, colors. So we can apply the sorting as well, sort by none, sort by, so sorting can be done. So get back to the properties. So let me look at the properties, open the properties of the table. So open the properties, get to colors, and in colors, I would like to color the scheme grouping based on sales. So as I click on this add, and from here I select sales. And as soon as I select sales, So it will present the maximum and the minimum values, and the maximum range is 1422. That's the highest value. So, and I would like to add a points between 14 and 10,000. So this is 14,223. I would like to add a point from 14 to 10,000. So I click on add points, and we can move the position of this point by using this, or we can directly enter values here as well. So I can enter the values here as 10,000, and the position will be set, and then we can set the color. The color can be set, and this color I set as a green. Same, one few more points I would like to add, that is 5,000. So we have a range from 14, between 14, 10, 10, 5 and 5 to minimum. And the color scheme I set it as a yellow, and this color scheme I set as a something like magenta. Or maybe we can use some light color. So we have dark green, red, and use as a blue color. And finally, when I click on OK, close, you can see the color categorization has been done successfully. And if I apply the sorting on the sales column, you can see the color categorization has been done successfully. So if I apply the sorting done based on order date wise, so you can see the various format, the fields are coming, the values are coming, the categorization is working perfectly fine. So that's how we can apply a color categorization so easily and quickly in Tibco Spotfire. The next visualization is the marking, which is a very important and a new concept in Tibco Spotfire, which is not available in any other BI tool as well. Marking in Spotfire, basically it refers to the action of selecting data in a visualization. Usually what happened, whenever we made a whenever we select a data, whenever we made a selection in a bar chart or in a pie chart, that selection will reflect, that selection will not reflect the, this will not fade the other values, and it's very difficult to find out that what value we have been selected until and unless we'll not take pointer on that. So marking will help us to visualize the data. This help us to specify that which data we have been selected. So marked item can either be given and identify colors, or they can be set up to keep the colors of the marked item and fade out all the other items. So the the current selection will be keeping the colors, will be displayed in a color, and rest of the items will be fade out. So they will not provide any other color. So it would be very easy for us to identify that which value has been, or which data has been selected at present. So let's have a look. How can we perform this? How can we do this in Spotfire? So for this, first of all, I'm going to add a new page. This is page, so I'm going to add a new page here, page 2. And in this page, I'm going to create first a bar chart. So I quickly select bar chart, and you can see this bar chart. By default, this bar chart is from order priority, based on order priority row count. So I transform this bar chart based on region wise, and reset all filtering, properties, and I set marking as well. So you can see here my data has been loaded, and I'm getting the region wise sale, sum of sales region wise. So first thing, I would like to sort this data in descending order. I would like to display the highest value first. So I right click and sort bar by values. So I select sort bar by values, and the bar will be sorted accordingly. If I would like to change the locate positions, the horizontal bar, so there is an option here as well, horizontal bar, vertical bars. Now I would like to do the marking, because our topic is marking. So first of all, let me set the color as according to sales. And if you don't like this color, we can get back to the properties and we can sort the colors. We can change the colors as well, color values. We can give the color values, and instead of gradient we have fixed unique values. So these are unique values, I can use it. Now if I select prairie, you can see I select prairie, and it nowhere indicates that which region I have selected here in this in this bar chart. So sometimes it will be very confusing for the user, for the decision maker, that which current selection he has made. So marking helps with that. So how to apply marking on this? So to apply marking, get back to the properties, and here in data there is an option here, marking. So by default marking is set to none. So I set marking as a select marking, click on close. Only thing you need to do this marking and click on close. Once you apply the marking, now if I select a region, for example I select Atlantic, so you can see only Atlantic is enabled and rest of the bars are in faded color. So it would be very easy for a user to identify, to understand that which region or which data he has currently been selected right now. So this will help. So this how marking helps user to work on the data set. Let's take one more example in the same. I would like to make one chart dependent on another chart. So how can we do that with that? By using marking. So first of all, let me uncheck the marking. Let me remove the marking. I'll uncheck marking and set to none. And now if I made selection, it will get back to the previous state. So I'm going to add a new line chart. So I select a line chart, and first of all I drag and drop this line chart below this graph, below bar chart. So I change its position, and by default this line chart, if I select Perry, if I select Atlantic, this will display all the regions. So instead of this I turn into year instead of month. I would like to display year. So we have here month and year, days of month. So we can switch it to year. So this is how I have applied the filter. Now I would like to know that in the Atlantic region, how much total sale the Atlantic region has been done in all the 4 consecutive years, 2012, 13, 14, and 15. So in order to do that, because right now if I made a selection, the values are not changing because this chart and this chart, they are not associated with each other. So I would like to associate this chart. I would like to make this chart display the value only if I made a selection in the bar chart. So this can be done by using with the help of marking. So how to do that? First of all, enable the marking on the first chart. So I enable the marking on the first chart. Click on close. So you see Atlantic, and the marking has been enabled now. And in the then get to the properties of the second chart. I select the second chart, data, and limit data using marking. So I check this option and close. So you can see this line chart is not displaying any value right now, and as soon as I made a selection in West or Ontario or Atlantic, so I made a selection in Atlantic region, I got a line chart, and it displays that in 2012, 13, 14, and 15 how much data have been, or total sale have been done in the all 4 consecutive years. In similar way, if I made a selection of West, so the values are changing. If I made a selection Northwest Territory, the line chart is changing. The line chart is representing the data based on the selection we have made in the bar chart. So this is possible by using marking. So that's all in marking. I hope you find this video interesting. So if you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can write to us on www.bsptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel if you want to know more videos on Tibco Spotfire. If you want to gain more knowledge on Tibco Spotfire, you can contact with us for customized training on Spotfire. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.